do you like my background? Oh shit, my headphones.
What is the background? It's a
It
picture of
is.
a phone.
It's a screenshot from the film 16 Wishes with Debbie Ryan. It's a Disney film, and
Oh, okay.
we had to watch it on YouTube, and it was
Yeah,
obviously kind of pirated, and I
yeah.
think it was pirated in German. So this
That looks
phrase,
like Dutch or German or something.
this phrase, "that is gaff," kept coming up, and yeah, I just love this image of someone looking at a phone of a guy beside a car saying "that is gaff." It's phenomenal. I
And
love it.
that obviously means that.
And I think gaff means cool. Hey Siri, what does gaff mean?
Means a stick with a hook or barbed spear for landing large fish. Do you want to hear the
I,
next one?
why is she
As a noun,
Australian?
it means a spar to which the head of a fore and aft sail is bent. Would you like to hear
What?
one more?
Yes,
Is she speaking
please.
English?
As a verb, it means seize or impale with a gaff. Would you?
Welcome back to Buddy Talk Podcast.
Were we filming the entire time?
Yeah, we will. That's gonna be the opening now.
That is a really good opening, I must say.
Yeah, that is gaff. Is a great opening.
That is gaff,
There we go.
yeah.
That's gonna be. I think when people think back to the Buddy Pork. Wow.
Buddy Pork podcast.
Jeez Louise. Buddy Talk podcast. They're gonna think that is gaff. That's such a gaff.
That is gaff. It's going
podcast.
to be a very big meme in the Buddy Talk fandom.
Yeah, the
Sure.
ever growing Buddy Talk fandom. This
Welcome
is technically the 12th episode we've done,
Yeah.
but it's actually going to be the 11th because we
We-
now have a missing episode.
Which the audio didn't record for.
No, and that was like a month ago, I swear.
Yeah, we've
and
not
I
filmed
only-
in ages.
No, I just haven't been uploading much anywhere, doing anything. So
I've been tweeting more, but that's me.
I've been playing games, been gaming, being a gamer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so this is the 11th one.
Yep.
Technically. Or is it no? Oh yeah, technically it's 11th. Actually no, technically this is the 12th
Technically-
one because the Christmas one doesn't count as a numbered episode.
Does it not?
No.
Well, then it's 13th because episode 10 is in 2 parts.
Oh my god, okay. So let's just say it's the 11th episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back everyone.
Welcome back, everyone.
The world hasn't changed, has it, in like months?
Nah, I think
No.
we're starting to get back to normal, but who knows how long that'll last.
I mean, I don't know when we could next do a live episode, but we'll see.
Yeah. We could, like, do it next week if things go well,
Should we just do it in my garden? Oh,
That'll
could
be fun.
Yeah.
You need a lot of extension cables.
Oh, actually, I've got a plug right next to my door leading out into the
Really?
garden. So, you know,
That's good.
it's convenient.
Maybe.
I think as long as
Yeah.
we stay 1 meter apart, it should be fine. But, you know, we'll
Yep.
see, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back. I've said that 3 times now. How have you been, Josh? Even though we've just had this conversation off
But off
screen.
screen.
Let's
I have
pretend
been
like we
good.
haven't.
I saw my friends in person for the first
Oh,
time. since
really?
March.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that, did you?
No,
I
I
definitely didn't say it before.
No, you didn't know. How was that?
It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody got drunk except me and another friend. Matthew was very loud.
Oh, was he? Well, Matthew is
He's
a very loud drunk.
apparently, yeah. He's the loudest.
In text
It
form
was the loudest
and
I've
vocally.
ever heard him. Yeah. And old guest Sam was also very loud drunk.
Oh no.
Him and Matthew had a
Should have got him drunk before
very
the
fun.
podcast.
yeah, he had a very fun conversation with Matthew.
Oh, did he?
A very drunk one. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I had a beer, proper full on, like 2 beers for the first time the other day for my
Wow.
friend's birthday. They all managed to get drunk after 2, and I was fine. I was just not
Okay.
phased at all.
So you're not a lightweight.
No, I don't think I am. But I say that.
I am. I definitely am because I got drunk off of 2 glasses of cider.
Oh boy. Wow. I mean, like I had 2 and I was just fine. I stood up and I didn't feel dizzy. I just sat next to a tree for a bit. It was fine. You know.
It sounds like a very quaint time. Doesn't sound like a
We
drunk
basically all went and sat in a field got some
Ah.
garden chairs. And, my friend got a tent as well,
Yeah.
so that was a kind of fun
Fun.
time. But yeah, alcohol. Love it.
Alcohol.
Um,
I don't love it.
well, yeah. So, what's been going on recently in the world?
In the world.
It's kind of just the same, I guess. But
Yeah. America is seeming to be very bad with COVID.
yeah, it is
But-
not doing great, is it?
I don't think England's doing any better, to be honest.
No, they've opened up pubs and that, like
yeah, which
yesterday.
I think it's way too early. Way too
yeah.
early for that.
Like, what was it? Someone said like, how are drunk people gonna know
Yeah.
to keep away from people like that? You know,
Hmm.
it's way too soon. I don't understand why they've done that. But
I think shops should be opening round about now, but they opened like 2 weeks ago.
yeah. And the most annoying thing is, you'd think there'd be loads of jobs available because they're opening up shops again. They probably have to let people go.
Yeah.
There's no jobs out there at all.
Yeah, that's bad.
So, it's annoying, man. But yeah, the world is still not great, but it's
Getting better.
It's getting
I guess.
better. But I swear there's probably like spikes again somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expect there'll be a spike soon.
Yeah, probably. Well, let's get off the depressing topic. Let's talk
Yeah.
about films we've watched, because that's what we are, we're a film
Films.
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not watched as many films as I thought I would in quarantine, I have to say.
Mm. I
Last summer, before COVID, I was watching like 2 films a day.
yeah.
I've not been doing that. I've been watching like 2 films a week.
Do you know, like before quarantine, I was like, oh yeah, watching a film is kind of like a nice treat I have. You know, I sit down for a
Yeah.
bit, I watch a nice film. But now it's like I can watch it any time, but it's also I can do other things. And
Yeah.
it doesn't get boring, but it just I don't know.
It's
You want
just
to change
hard
up
to
a bit.
sit yourself down. Yeah.
Yeah. Although I have almost watched Hamilton twice, and that's like 3 hours long. So
Well,
that's
Hamilton isn't a movie. It's a
No.
stage show.
but it's a
It is
pretty good
different
stage
from a
show.
movie.
Hey, I'll get to that later.
Oh, you're one of those people, Aaron. You're a theatre kid.
I am. Well, I did. I literally decided to choose musical theatre in college.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
You're one of the good ones, Aaron. Don't worry.
one of the good ones. But yeah, what films were we watching then? What films?
I watched Tale of Despereaux.
Tale of Death. No, I've never seen that film. The only thing I remember is like on is maybe Open Season or one of those shitty
Yeah.
animated films.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all animated films are shit, but I remember
It's
seeing
one of the shitty Sony animated films.
one of these like this mouse with massive ears, and he's going, "I'm
Yeah.
going on an adventure" or some shit. And I've
Um,
never seen it. I've never seen it, but I don't. Is it an
You say Open Season, and like I have it on DVD, but in like a 3-pack with Open Season 2 and Surf's Up, I think.
not even Open Season 1, Open Season 2?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was drunk when I watched it. I think it's like the first film I've watched when drunk, and it was really funny to me, like really funny, because it's bad. It's so bad.
Is it one
The
of those?
animation style is really really ugly.
Is it one of
ugliest
those
film I've ever
films
watched.
where it's like, well, you've seen Cats though, Josh. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw Cats. That's pretty.
No, it's ugly. It could be uglier than that. I would say.
Jeez. Wow. Okay.
It's
Despereaux.
just the story slightly better.
Is it like one of those? Because I've always thought it was one of those films. Like, I don't know if you've seen Animals United.
No.
Which is a German film which has been dubbed over in English, and it's been made to seem like an English film. Is it one of those?
I
or is
think-
it actually
I
like.
think it's an English film.
Okay.
It's got Dustin Hoffman, Emma Watson, Stanley Tucci. It's got a lot of high brown names,
Yeah.
like a lot of famous people in it. I think it's like Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
It's the only film this random animation company has made,
Yeah.
and then they were never heard from again. I think, because it's a Universal film.
Oh, wow.
But like, it's got a really bizarre story. Really bizarre.
I mean, what is it about? It just looks like big mouse ears. Dumbo with mice or little.
It's not even a. The story is there is a kingdom and they're famous for their soup. And there's this cook and he has like a magical genie made of like vegetables.
Is this VeggieTales or something now?
No, it's just like it's really and like that's got nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
But like the main story is that comes from he lives on a boat and he comes to the city on Soup Day, the National Soup Day.
Oh, I
and
mean,
then,
we all got to be in the city for Soup Day. I mean, I've got
yeah,
my
they're
tickets.
famous for their soup. And he goes into like the big castle place, and the whole like royal family's there, about to eat their soup, and he's like crawling up the wall or something, and he slips and falls into the queen's soup bowl.
Oh, so he makes it rancid soup with his ass.
No, and he pops out, and she's like, "Oh, it's a rat in the soup." And
wait,
then
are these
she faints.
humans?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought these were mice.
No, there are mice there.
Oh, so
but the rat falls in.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he's like, I'm sorry. And then she's like, a rat, and she faints. He jumps out the soup, she faints, and face plants the soup, and drowns.
So this kid's film starts with
yes,
a woman. Is she an old woman or is she just a normal?
She's the queen. She's just like a
rip-off of the queen, basically.
No, it's like a 40-year-old queen, let's say.
And it starts off with her drowning in her own soup.
And then the king,
yeah,
both bans rats and soup from the kingdom. And then, because soup has been banned, it stops raining.
What?
And it's gloomy. The sun doesn't come out. It's gloomy all day, and it doesn't rain because there's no more soup.
What?
It makes no sense. And that's one of the main storylines.
One of the main. Is this like a sub? Is this the main plot?
Because the rat isn't Despereaux. That's not. He's not Despereaux.
I mean, Despereaux's a mouse. He's clearly a mouse.
Yeah. And then it just cuts to in the castle.
Yeah.
In like a back cupboard or something, a whole bunch of mice live in this little town called Mouse World.
Oh, such a very thoughtful name. Wow. Mouse World.
Then there's Despereaux, and he's a very short little mouse with huge ears, but he's weird because he's not scared of knives.
Wait,
and
what you...
rats.
Oh,
he's
so are the mice scared of the rats?
Yeah, because they're taught, because they're mice, they're scared mice. They have to be scared of knives and rats and stuff like that. But Despereaux is not scared. He's a weirdo.
Despereaux's edgy. That's what he is.
Yeah, and then he ventures outside of Mouse World, and he meets the princess.
What, the human princess?
Yeah.
It's not a
who's
B-movie
played by
situation,
Emma Watson.
Is it? Did they fall in love?
It is a B-movie situation.
Oh
sort of.
no!
Not as bad as B-movie. He only meets her like twice, and it's weird. And then because he meets the princess, he gets exiled and thrown down like a well. And he goes into the underground city of that world.
So you say you got Mouse World and Rat World. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he meets, there's like a scene which is, it's sort of similar to the Thor Ragnarok Venus scene. Where he fights a cat, and but he gets saved by the rat who drowned the person, or the queen on accident.
Is he like a father figure to him or something?
He's like a friend, and he's like, "Oh, I feel so guilty for killing the queen."
Dude
basically
murdered someone. He drowned them. Jeez.
And it was on accident. He's really guilty. He feels so guilty about doing it. And so Despereaux's like, don't worry. The princess, you can meet the princess and apologize. And then he meets the princess, tries to apologize. She freaks out, and she's like, "It's alright," and whatever. And there's another storyline.
More.
This little girl who grew up on a pig farm, and she's an orphan or something. But then she was sold by the people, her foster parents, to the castle, and she is the princess's like maid. And she like steals the crown on accident or something because she just wants to try it on because she wants to feel like a princess, and then she gets thrown in the dungeon because of that.
Okay.
And there's the guy who like runs the dungeon turns out to be her dad or something. It's a really dumb B plot.
Oh,
And
this film.
But like the rat who drowned the queen
Yeah.
makes friends with her, and like I think he's trying to kill the princess or something.
Why is he trying to kill the
like
princess? Why is he trying to kill
Because-
more? Why is he just gone,
because
oh, I'm
she
so
hates
woe is
him.
me, I am sad, I killed the queen, let me
Yeah.
kill her daughter
He
now.
tried to apologize, and the princess was like, "I hate you, I hate rats," and so he wants to kill her, I think. And so he he gets this maid, and he's like whispering in her ear, like, "Ooh, you should kill the queen." But that plot it completely falls flat after she finds out that finds her dad,
In the dungeon,
And-
dungeon dad.
and then the rat like he's like supposed to be a redeemable character, and he like saves Despereaux, he kills the main villain, who's a rat played by Stanley Tucci, and who's like who gets eaten by a cat in the end, and then Despereaux like fights a bunch of rats with the vegetable genie.
Oh, I completely forgot there was
Yeah.
a vegetable genie there,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I completely forgot too while I was watching it. And then like I don't know how it happens, but somehow all of this leads to the cook who like the famous cook who made really good soup. It leads to him finally making soup after like 20 years.
Wow.
And like the smell of soup goes through the chimney, and the clouds clear, and it starts raining, and the sun comes out because he's finally made soup. And the king, he's been like sitting in his throne room by himself on his throne, just strumming a lute or something for 20 years. And he looks outside and he sees the sun, and he's like, "Oh, it's beautiful."
Thank God for the soup.
And the ending is Despereaux is best friends with the princess, and he's become a knight, basically. And yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever.
No,
None at all.
if you wanted to see Despereaux and you haven't seen it yet, just have. There
It's
you go.
based on a book,
Wow.
and the vegetable genie is not in the book.
Oh, so
That
that's
is a
added
film
in.
edition.
That's they
Yeah.
thought. Do you know what this film really needs? You know what this story
It
really
needs
needs?
a genie.
A genie.
Made out of
All right,
vegetables.
okay, you've got me, but made of vegetable. Wow.
Mm.
Is there
And
a
that
joke where they try and
children's
eat him
film.
or something? They're like, "Hey, I'm a genie."
He dies in the film, I think. Like, he falls
Jeez,
down the
what's with all the
he
death?
falls down the stairs, and all his vegetables fall apart.
What
or
is this
whatever.
film rated? Is it like a 12 or something?
It's a U.
It's a U. Okay. And he
It's
got so much
universal
death.
for
He got
everyone.
someone drowning to death.
Yeah.
Someone plotting to
In
murder someone.
I think it just makes no sense. There's a whole bunch of different things I haven't mentioned.
I'm
Because
baffled.
it's
by
a
it.
very it's action packed. No, it's not. It's just it's full to the brim with just random story
Wow.
points.
Well, watch anything else?
Yeah, I watched The Farewell finally.
Oh, nice. I watched that as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I think
It's quite a nice film, isn't it?
it's funny and emotional
Yeah,
and well acted.
it is.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's weird though because like it feels like it's like a nice little experience you have
Yeah.
while you're watching it, because
You do feel like you're part of the family when you're watching
yeah,
it.
because it's not overly dramatized. It's not.
Yeah,
It
it's not
feels-
melodramatic.
No,
It
it's
feels very
very just
real.
real.
Very well written, I think.
Oh yeah, I like.
Because like, especially balancing both English and what Chinese. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Balancing both of that in a screenplay. Wow, that must be really hard to do.
But
well.
it really worked.
But
Didn't it?
yeah, like I got the entire thing.
Yeah. And the ending was so wholesome, where it was like, oh, she's still
Yeah.
alive. I was like, that's nice.
I was a bit dissatisfied with that. was
You
a bit of a
wanted her to
cop-out.
die.
No, it's a bit of a cop out because they're leading up to they're all getting emotional because the grandma's gonna die. That's the
Yeah.
whole film. It's saying goodbye to the grandma, and then it just turns out she doesn't have cancer.
I mean, that's real life, though.
I get yeah, because it is based on a true story.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fair
It's
enough.
really good.
I guess. Yeah, it was good. It was a good film. Good film.
yeah.
Goody film. And now I think I want to talk about one of the most emotional films I've watched in a long time, Josh. You know I got emotional during this film because I Snapchatted you. Kung Fu Panda
Oh, yes.
2. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You were like
my god.
crying, weren't you?
So what was happening is I was playing GTA with my friends and I was getting really bored, so I decided to go on Spotify and play some like animated music, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So
You like doing that, don't you? You like
yeah,
listening to
I've made a
songs.
playlist on Spotify called like emotional and epic animated music to make you cry, which I'll put in the description because it's pretty emotional.
Everybody follow my Spotify playlist.
I came across the Kung Fu Panda 2 soundtrack, and
Yeah.
specifically the track where it's called something like Yin Yang Warrior or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's a 7-minute track of that scene where he's on the boat and he's
Yeah.
throwing all the stuff back at Shen. Is it
Yeah.
Shen?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this is a pretty epic soundtrack. Let me see if the movie is as good as as it was.
Yeah.
Damn, Josh. Damn. Like, it hit me in the feels, man. I don't know
Wow.
why. The idea of Kung Fu Panda 2
yeah.
emotionally impacting me while I was watching it.
It brought you to tears.
I don't know why. I don't even remember it being that. I don't even know if it is that good. Maybe it's the soundtrack that made me emotional, man. But
I think I've only watched it once.
I watched it once
On a
in Mauritius,
boat.
and I think it was pirated, and I remember thinking, it's not that great.
I think I've watched snippets of it while on a boat on the way to France.
Yeah,
So like you couldn't hear anything.
but damn, like just the choreography is in the
Yeah.
fight scenes alone is like, jeez, calm down, Jack Black, with your punches and kickers.
And I do really like the villain design, Gary Oldman's character.
Yeah, and like even
He's
though
really cool.
his thing is still like, oh, I'm gonna take over all of China, you know, the big villain mastermind kind of thing. He's still
But
pretty
he's like-
good. Like,
I think it's more unique than Tai Lung and that. Is it a crocodile in the third one?
no, it's
Or the rhino?
ox. It's an ox.
Okay.
I don't remember the first.
I've not. I've not watched the third one.
No, but like I like Kung Fu Panda. I like the first one. I don't think it's an amazing film.
Yeah.
I remember I liked it more when I was younger.
I think it's a very good first film, and then I have a feeling that the second one's better. For what
For
I've watched.
some reason, like the whole. If you have, I mean, that film came out in 2012. I'm gonna spoil it, but
Yeah.
the plot lines are just good. You know, they don't
Yeah.
nerf Poe. He's just a badass straight away. Straight off
Yeah.
the bat, he's a badass. You know, he's got good relationships with the Furious Five.
Yeah.
Master Shifu's amazing, but honestly, it was like Avengers Endgame epicness at the
Okay.
end. Like, there's a bit where it's Poe, the Furious Five have been kidnapped. They're on a boat,
Yeah.
and Poe is standing on one of these buildings in this big city wearing a little hat, and there's a joke where he doesn't throw it very far. But then
I remember
he
that.
starts fighting, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Gary Oldman was like, "You can't beat me with just a panda," and then it's just this shot of these little red panda feet running across these wolves' heads and beating them up.
It's a monster
and it's Shifu. And I cried. I was like, "Oh my god!" And the music is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting emotional. Josh, I'm getting emotional now.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Hang on a
Having
second.
cries on Buddy Talk over Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah. It was.
Is that going on your favorites list now?
No, it's not. It's nowhere near. But I don't know why it resonated. Oh my god, man! I think it's just like, you know, one of those like, oh, have you seen that cool animated video on YouTube? It's like, it looks really cool. It was one of those kind of things. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is a nice little thing. Yeah. But yeah, man. DreamWorks is kicking ass. Well, was kicking ass. I don't know how they are now.
I mean, Boss Baby's pretty. I cried too.
I mean,
I've actually not watched Boss Baby.
When I saw Alec Baldwin say, "I'm the boss," I was in tears.
Yeah, I love Boss Baby. I've never watched it.
I've got it on Blu-ray. It's in my collection.
Why did you have it on Blu-ray?
Because I thought, hey,
the most expensive form of media,
like
Blu-ray.
Like £10, and I was like, do you know what would be funny? If I had my serious movie collection, I thought, why don't I put the Boss Baby in there? And now I just regret looking at it, and it's there.
I think I've kind of got that with Monsters University. I've just got that on Blu-ray for no reason.
Trust me though,
it's a good
Boss
film.
Baby
a good film.
Is like, wow, like that is a bad film compared to the
Oh yeah, Monsters University is great, but like compared to Parasite, Knives Out.
Then Monsters University.
Yeah, it's not in the same ballpark. Really.
No,
I love it to bits, but it's not like Parasite.
No, but yeah, Kung Fu Panda 2. I think I just love it because of the soundtrack. Follow my well, not to follow, but try. You know, you can listen to my playlist on Spotify. I've got some Rango soundtrack in there. Stunning.
Oh, you love to hear it.
A lot of Pixar stuff as well, you know. It's pretty.
I should listen to the Tintin soundtrack.
I almost watched that the other day. I almost watched that and Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Oh, both of those amazing films.
But I started it for 5 minutes. And I was like, I ain't feeling this tonight. I can't remember what I did after that. But
it's been a month since we filmed, so I think I'd watch The Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've not talked about that.
You haven't, no.
That was like my favorite film when I was little. It's so good because I really liked stop motion animation when I was little.
Which is the opposite of what I was, because I was scared of it. So.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be scared of it, but I was always really interested in how they were made. I loved watching like the special features and watching them just make stop motion. And The Pirates was in an Adventure with Scientists, full name. That was my favorite Aardman film. Over like Chicken Run and The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Like I said, I don't know if I obviously haven't said this yet. Chicken Run's good.
Yeah.
I was a bit underwhelmed by it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it got overhyped for me.
Yeah, everybody loves it, but it's a very simple film.
Like, there's bits I liked in Chicken Run. I like the whole. I like how it's kind of dark in places.
Yeah.
And it's like.
I like how Aardman aren't afraid to be serious.
No, and like, could you see a chicken get beheaded in one scene? It's like crazy, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be an inspiring thing. But I don't know. I was kind of just like, yeah, it's good. Good Chicken Run.
It's almost forgettable, but I think the reason it's so good is because it's stop motion
and it's really well made. You can't help but like appreciate how
I just give points to any film that's stop motion animated, even if it's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Even like Early Man by Aardman, their most recent one. Well, apart from that Shaun the Sheep new one, which I haven't watched yet. Yeah. Even Early Man, which is a very underwhelming film, I give points to because it's stop motion animated.
Yeah.
And that's like the hardest animated medium for anything, really.
Like one of my favorite studios, Leica. They're stop motion, and you know, even though some of their films are kind of underwhelming, I still put them quite high up because it's like they've done such good work.
I've only watched Coraline from Leica, and I've been meaning to. I watched Paranorman years ago when I was
Yeah.
like 12, and I think it was on the same day I watched Rango for the first time.
And you know, Rango is just
Yeah,
that's
I think
it's a standout.
Paranorman might be
Paranorman's
Rango level
Paranorman's a
because
good
I
film. I
never.
haven't watched it in
Yeah,
a long time, but
it's got a gay character in it, doesn't it?
I think so.
Which is surprisingly, it's like 2009,
Yeah,
which is
it's progressive for
very
2009.
progressive of them.
But
But I do remember it being quite like dark but also funny.
yeah, I mean, like
Which
Coraline is
is
a good film. I
it's
like that a lot.
terrifying.
Oh yeah,
The ending is terrifying.
the aesthetics alone are just like really good. And
Yeah, I got the short story somewhere.
oh,
Where is
have
it?
you?
Yeah.
Is it Neil Gaiman? Isn't it?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the guy made Good Omens and American Gods. I got it here.
Damn. Okay.
It's a short story,
Yeah, I know
but
they did a
I've not
comic
read it
version of it as
actually.
well, didn't they?
Oh yeah, I read the comic version when I was
Yeah.
little, and it was like so scary.
Yeah, but yeah, Coraline. I want to watch that again because that could
Yeah.
be like one of my favorite animated films. I don't know.
I think I watched it 2 Halloweens ago,
Yeah.
or I watched it along with The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The last time I watched it was a few weeks ago. A few months ago even, and I was half asleep.
Yeah.
That was like after we went football, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was like ages ago. But yeah, and another one, Kubo and the Two Strings, is a good Leica film.
That looks good.
That's another thing that's added in my playlist on epic and emotional things. But the only one that I thought was a bit missing link, I watched a bit of that.
Yeah.
That was a bit,
That's on Netflix, isn't it?
yeah, and I haven't finished it.
I kind of want to watch it just because I like stop motion.
Yeah,
Hugh
but...
Jackman's all right. I like him. Except in The Greatest Showman.
Yeah. Can't wait for The Great Showman too. Damn.
That's going on Disney Plus, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, my mum's gonna make me watch that.
Music's all right. Same people as the ones who wrote La La Land. I rate the music highly.
Yeah.
Just the story around it's really bad.
It was just very overplayed when it came out, and it really got on my nerves.
Oh, it was very overhyped and overrated.
Yeah.
It's the epitome of overrated.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a musical, and it's not even a top tier musical.
No, it's not. CGI's dodgy. It's just a.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman gives a very kind of bad performance in it.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's. Just
And he thought it was like Oscar worthy.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
remember.
no.
Was it the same year that?
When a disaster artist won
and
Best
James
Actor, and he was
Franco
like,
won,
"Oh,
and he was just like, "What?" But I sung and danced, and I was like,
you can sing and dance, but you can't. That doesn't mean anything."
"Yeah."
I actually tried to watch the Disaster Artist. I watched about 15 minutes of it, and got bored to death.
I watched it when it came out, and I remember liking bits of it. Mainly, I think at that time I was like very on the high of The Room because I watched that, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I love this film so much. I love it because it's so bad. One of those people. And there's a funny scene with Tommy Wiseau doing a cameo, which is pretty great.
Okay.
I'll send that to you later. Just watch that. That's
Okay.
a highlight. But it's really badly directed. It's like really awkwardly filmed. It's really boring, but
it just wasn't engaging.
no, it's
And because
not.
like I'm not a fan of the Francos, and having Dave Franco and James Franco be the stars of this film, and the first 15 minutes be the only characters
And
there.
you know, there's hints at them being gay in that film,
And they're brothers.
and they're brothers. It's like,
And I don't really like Tommy Wiseau as a person either. So seeing a guy I don't like play a person I don't like,
fair enough.
It's not. I don't like it.
I mean, yeah, you know, I think James Franco's pretty good in it. I'll give him that, but it's not a
he can act, I guess.
fantastic film. And
It's a fan film. but it's not
I've always
fantastic.
been partial to having a cameo from Seth Rogen for some reason. But yeah,
He's got a new. Did you see the trailer for his new film?
American Pickle or something.
Yeah, that pickle film. That looks really stupid.
I haven't looked at it at all. I just saw.
I watched the trailer and I don't think it looks good at all.
Okay, well, I'll
But everybody on Twitter was like, "Whoa, this looks really funny," and it's like it's literally, it looks like Jack and Jill
Oh, does
because
it?
it's Seth Rogen playing two people.
Oh,
He's
boy.
playing a guy who got pickled and comes back to life in the modern age, and his ancestor, played by Seth Rogen too.
Okay. I mean, wow.
And the hijinks they get up to, adjusting to the modern world and whatever.
Yeah.
Which, no. Basically.
Yeah. Well, we should probably get through the rest of these films, I guess. I watched Megamind.
Oh, Megamind.
I was underwhelmed by it. I'm overhyping
It's very
everything.
overhyped.
But it's not even.
Everybody's saying it's like,
fans, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's
It's-
the
I
jokes
don't like
land,
the animation.
but yeah, the story's really just it's just like mediocre. Like it starts off really good. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Like the setup is stuff. I like the idea of him being like, "Oh, I've wiped out my the superhero who's supposed to defeat me, and now I'm."
Oh
just
yeah,
bored."
everything up till he kills Mega Man is perfect, basically.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm excited to see where this goes, and then it was kind of just like, it's fine.
Love story.
Yeah.
I don't like it because after that, it's all set in the city, but the city just looks empty.
It's such a generic looking city, and it's just boring. Like,
Nothing. I don't like Mega Mind's disguise, his human disguise, because it
The
looks
big
kind of
brain.
like me.
it's
It's like a guy with a big forehead
Yeah.
and longish hair with glasses. And it's like, oh no, I don't. It looks too much like me.
But what's weird is, Tobias is in that film,
So yeah.
and he's also in
Oh
Kung
yeah,
Fu
he's
Panda.
the fish guy. He's the fish guy.
Yeah,
isn't
and
he?
he's he's Crane in Kung Fu Panda too.
Is he?
Yeah. It's so
He's
weird.
everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Do you know what I want to watch again? This will sound stupid, but I want to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks again. Just because they look bad, and I watched the Road Chip
I think
a few months ago, and it was hysterical.
I reckon we should do a series where we watch the Alvin and the Chipmunks films again. I reckon that could be pretty good.
There should be, like, when we get back to
Yeah.
doing actual episodes,
Yeah.
that we should do a 2-episode series where we watch the first 2 and then the last 2.
Yeah. I reckon that could be good. I reckon
Yeah.
that could be content. But yeah. I also watched. I'm just gonna bang these 2 films out. I watched The Pianist for the first time. Well, first and a half time, which was it's a good film, but person who made it.
Don't like him.
Nope,
We're not
not
going to
at
say
all.
his name.
We
I don't even want to say his name.
No, what's his name? What's the main guy? Who's Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody.
He's
Good
great in
actor.
it. He's
Deserved that Oscar.
Yep.
For sure.
the film's good, but yeah, I don't
Incredibly
want to stand it for too
depressing.
long. It's
Incredibly
so depressing. It's based on a true story. What is weird is that there's a German guy, right at the end, who saves him, and I was thinking, oh, this is kind of weird. It's a bit like the film Taxi Driver I watched a few weeks ago, where there's a German journalist in Korea. It's played by the same guy, and he basically has the same role in both films.
Okay.
It was so weird, but yeah, that's a thing to note down. But yeah, good film, bad person, make it.
Okay.
I also watched The Social Network again.
Good film.
It's a good film.
I like the accurate portrayal of twins in it.
Yeah.
I look out for that.
I liked how nobody was a good guy or a bad guy.
Yeah.
Technically.
Andrew Garfield's probably my favorite performance of the
Andrew
film.
Garfield's a good actor. Like he needs
It's
to.
really good. Have you seen Silence?
No, I haven't.
By
Is it Scorsese?
It's really
It's got
good.
Liam
He's
Neeson, isn't
really,
it?
really, really good. Yeah. But Andrew Garfield's the main character,
Yeah.
and he is amazing.
He's a great actor, but
Yeah.
I think
He's got the same.
Once you do
he's got the same,
superhero role, everybody's just like,
He's got the same problem as Robert Pattinson
yeah.
with Twilight. He made a bad series, and
Yeah.
everybody just knows him for that.
Which I don't think he's even bad in Spider-Man films. It's just
No, he's good in them.
Yeah.
He was a good Spider-Man, I would say.
yeah, he was
Just the script and direction
It's terrible.
was
really.
awful.
But yeah, Social Network's good. Andrew Garfield's a good actor. I'll give him that. And then what's his name? I can't remember his Jesse Eisenberg.
Justin Timberlake.
I forgot Justin Timberlake was in that film. It's so weird.
Dance moves like JT.
I almost thought, you know when because the reveal for him is like they say, oh yeah, we got to get someone on this, and a rich person. I was just like, wait, is Justin Timberlake just playing himself? I just thought he's gonna be a random character in the film.
He's not bad at it.
No, he's not. You hate him. Like he does good at making you hate him.
Which is, well, I hate. He's not really a nice guy in real life. Is he?
I don't know. He's in Trolls.
I was listening to his music, like the 2020 experience or whatever.
Yeah.
I was listening to that. It's not bad.
He's not a bad singer.
All of the songs are like 7 minutes, 8 minutes long, but it's not bad. Man of the Woods is a shit album, but everything else he's made is okay.
Yeah.
I guess. He's a good pop singer.
There we go.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah, but yeah, Social Network. It's a good film. Is it? Who made it? Is it David Fincher?
David. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone Girl, the director.
And
That's
Zodiac, right?
Yeah, Zodiac.
Oh, I need to watch that at some point.
And Fight Club. We just say Fight Club. That's his most famous film, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I watched a basketball documentary on Mubi called Hoop Dreams, which has got a lot of renown for being a really good documentary, and it's a 3-hour-long thing.
Yeah.
But I watched that. It's pretty good. It was a good documentary. It's like one of those things where it's like, it starts from these two kids who want to do basketball, and it's for them going all the way from school. Like it's like a 5-year thing.
Oh, so it's like, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, and it's really good. They all have their dips, their ups and downs throughout their career and stuff. But yeah, it was pretty good. The only thing I'd say is don't look where they are now, because it's kind of just depressing.
Because they didn't go anywhere, did they?
No. One of them, I think one of them almost made it into the NBA, and then there was like some family stuff, which is hinted at in the film, which makes it even more depressing because you're like, oh no, it did go like that.
Yeah.
But it's a good documentary though.
Yep.
It's very inspirational. I dropped my phone. And then I watched 2 of the Back to the Future films.
When I watched The Farewell, I saw both Back to the Future and Interview with the Vampire, and I was like, Matthew, let's watch one of these, and he's like, no.
Back to the Future is a fun film. Like
I want to watch it because it's like that Indiana Jones, and the original Star Wars. They're in like the same era, sort of. I have watched the original Star Wars trilogy, but that was when I was 10, so I barely remember anything.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of the Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is just a fun film. Like the original Star Wars trilogy, Indiana Jones, and the Back to the Future films are just a fun film. Like I always give them high praise and like 5 stars, mainly because like they're just fun and they're perfect at everything they do in them. But yeah, Back to the Future, it's got to be one of my favourite films, like of that era at the moment. And the second one, I usually thought, because I know you haven't seen these, so you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but the third one is a Western one, and the second one is set in the future. I always thought the second one...
It's set in 2019, isn't it?
It's 2015.
Okay.
I always thought the second one was terrible. I don't know why. It's pretty damn good. It's a pretty damn good sequel. It's a really good time travel film, and then I started watching the third one, and I just, couldn't get into it at all, which is really depressing. But the first 2 are like really good films.
I could sort of link this to I watched Jurassic Park yesterday.
Oh, Jurassic Park! I used to be an old favourite of mine.
It's another one of those films I watched when I was 10 and never watched again. Yeah. But I have good memories of it, and it's really, really good.
It is really good, isn't it?
Compared to the Jurassic World films, those are awful.
I
don't understand how they managed to make it so bad.
I don't know.
Because Jurassic Park is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's what all these, like Star Wars, all these films that I know, one of Jurassic Park is the 90s and the others are 80s and 70s, but they always manage to hit. The soundtrack's great, usually. The directing's great, acting's pretty good, you know. story's
the
good.
acting in Jurassic Park, the thing that hit me the most,
Yeah.
the child acting is amazing.
It's pretty good,
in
isn't it? It's
Like I would say, the child actors, the little girl, she
Yeah.
is the best actor in the entire film.
pretty good.
I would say,
It's
like, Laura Dern is pretty bad in it compared to the child actors.
I wouldn't say she's. I would say she just doesn't have as much to work
I think
with.
it's just.
if you
I
know
think
what
it's
mean.
because it's a '90s film and she's a woman.
Yeah, and her
So they
side of
don't
the
give her
story
much to
isn't
work
as
with.
interesting as
Yeah.
I would say. What's his name? Neil.
Neil Breen.
Neil Breen. Oh, what's his
No.
name? It's not even Neil. No, Sam Neill. Sam Neill.
Yeah, Sam Neill.
Like his little thing with the two kids, and
Yeah.
then Jeff Goldblum later on. There's
Yeah.
some fun stuff with that.
It was really good though.
It's a really fun film, isn't it? It's
Sam Neill's good. He's great in Hunt for the Wilder People.
yeah. He's a good leading man.
I want to watch that again. Oh, that was so much fun.
It's such a like a nice. It's when I
Yeah.
think of indie film. If someone says what's a like an indie film, I think of Hunt for the
Yeah.
Wilder People because it's just one of those kind of films, isn't it?
I think it's like Submarine as well.
Yeah. It's just really
Except
like
Hunt for the Wilder People puts a smile on your face.
I don't want to
and
call it
Submarine's
quirky.
the best
I
thing.
just like it's just
It's
like a little
quirky, but
thing.
like in the best way possible.
yeah. But yeah, Back to the Future. It was good.
Yeah.
And Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Amazing. And the most recent film I watched is Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Another '90s film that's perfect.
It is perfect. Isn't it?
And the score is amazing. The music.
But
That's
I
probably the best part.
it's a really good film, but don't know if it's my favorite Studio Ghibli film. I really
I'd say
don't know.
Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite Ghibli film,
I don't.
but Spirited Away is their best film.
I don't know if it's in my top 3. Weirdly.
I've only watched 4, so it's definitely in my top 4.
Yeah, but it definitely deserved the award it got, like 100%.
Oh, for sure.
Best
The animation is
anime.
amazing.
Yeah. The story's pretty good, even though it's pretty weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird, but like the film is like a warm hug.
Yeah.
It's
a comfy
really,
film.
it's really warm.
Yeah.
It's I love it basically.
It's a really nice film, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like how you can just take a screenshot from anything. It could be a nice
It's
screen.
really,
saver or
really
just-
visually striking because I
Yeah.
watched it in year 8. I think I watched 20 minutes of it as a short-lived film club in year 8. I watched about half an hour of it, and I still remember parts of it
Yeah.
from then, which is it's so visually like beautiful, and the score is amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
Talking about Ghibli, I didn't know they worked on a game
Did
before. Yeah, Ni no Kuni is a game that
Mm.
they just released on Switch recently.
they? Okay.
I've been playing through that I had it on PS3 anyway, but I haven't played it
Well,
at
it's
all.
got to be a good-looking game.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got a mix of like actual animated stuff from Studio Ghibli
Yeah.
as the cutscenes
Oh,
and
really?
stuff, but it's like all the character designs, like they're really like familiar, and it's a nice game. It's like a fun little RPG. But yes, Spirited Away is a good film, man.
Yeah. I really, really need to convince Matthew to watch a Ghibli film because
I don't know why he hasn't.
he sat down on Minecraft while we were watching. We were like, Matthew, come watch this with us. He's like, nope, and just plays Minecraft. It's so annoying because I know he'd like it.
Yeah, it's you should try and get him to watch some of them, man. It's so
Well,
good.
yeah, unlike Matthew tonight, let's watch a Ghibli film. Let's watch Princess Mononoke.
I always, whenever I watch one of those films, it's always me sitting in bed. I've got the lights off.
Yeah.
I've got like a warm cup of tea or something, and I'm just watching it. It's so nice.
I think I've watched all of them with my sisters and my dad.
Yeah. What does your dad think
Or
of them?
mine. Oh, he loves them. My dad's girlfriend hates them. She's like, oh, it's ugly, it's boring.
The thing
Because
is, though,
we
I think
watch them
there
all
are-
in Japanese.
I think some of the
with
character
subtitles.
designs are ugly, but they still look nice. Like,
Oh, No Face is terrifying.
yeah,
Spirited
but
Away.
like the aesthetics is very
And the old women
Oh yeah.
The huge noses,
Jeez Louise.
ugly as hell.
Every time she
But then
turns
there's
into a
like,
bird. Wow.
and there's like No Face before he starts eating everything.
And
There's
he's
the
just
baby,
being grotesque.
and then there's the baby after it's transformed by the other mother or whatever. Like when they're transformed into like the vat and the
Oh
bird.
yeah.
Those are adorable. And then there's the baby, which is ugly as hell.
Yeah.
And the three heads, the three green heads, they remind me of the Angry Birds pig. They grunt in the same way.
God. You should definitely get Matthew on some of those films.
Yeah.
Have you watched any other Japanese like animated films
No,
other than
there's a
Ghibli
bunch
films?
of them on Netflix,
There
like Your
is.
Name.
There is some of them which are just like meh. I would say.
You like Your Name?
I
don't
do
you?
like Your Name quite a lot. But that could just be nostalgia as well. But it is it's one of those like nice looking films. It's not
Yeah.
the animation style is really nice, but it's not as iconic as a Ghibli film.
Ghibli. Okay.
Like Ghibli films look really creative and they're really like unique
Yeah.
looking. This one looks like an anime,
Weird.
but
Like
it's-
my dad halfway through Spirited Away was like, "How do you come up with it?
yeah,
How do you throw like all of that into one thing and it still looks it's visually cohesive?"
it's weird, isn't it?
There's a dragon in it, and then there's also just like
Yeah, a kid
frog.
who's a dragon who saved her when she was drowning once, or
and then it's being chased by paper
yeah,
angels.
and it's like it doesn't work on paper, but when you're seeing it, it's like
Yeah, okay.
you feel immersed.
You just
into the
roll with
world,
it.
I feel.
And then there's like the parents turn into these ugly pigs.
Pigs, yeah,
They're disgustingly like realistic.
yeah. It's so like that's another thing. I sound like I want to be really edgy in that, but I do like a bit of darkness in some of the
Yeah.
films. Like I think Ghibli does that well.
It's like Coraline as well, because like children's films are always like big and squishy.
Yeah.
Like Minions, it's just like these squishy yellow things. There's nothing scary.
No.
But
Right.
like, fear's a good thing to have occasionally.
Yeah. I just think, you know, I haven't heard a fart joke in a long time, and I'm happy that I have not seen any animated films of fart jokes at the moment.
I watched Community. That has a fart joke in it.
So stupid, man.
Matthew's watched. I think has he finished it? I don't know. He's watching Community.
Yeah.
He's on season 6.
Community. I like.
And
Community.
he hated season 4. I think he stopped watching it halfway through and
Oh,
then
did
skipped
he?
to season 5.
Yeah,
But he doesn't like season 6 either.
Season 6, it doesn't feel as wacky, and there's something.
It's not
off with the
wacky,
way
it feels
looks.
Cheap as
It
hell.
does. I mean,
It
was
looks
made
like
by,
they are on
it
a
was
green
made by
screen.
Yahoo Original.
Yeah. There's very obvious cost cutting
Yeah.
moments.
Mhm.
Like when they're just an entire episode in a van.
Yeah.
And
It's a lot of bottle episodes. Which,
and the penultimate episode and the paintball episode, all the budget went to those.
yeah,
You can tell.
yeah,
Because those are the best looking ones
yeah,
and the funniest ones.
yeah. Oh, the penultimate one, the wedding episode is just so.
That's it. It might be one of the best episodes of Community.
And it's
Because
so.
it's so ridiculous.
I just find it funny at the end. I'm just like, oh, incest.
The
Yeah.
punchline to the entire thing is incest.
And they're okay with it, which is really weird. Like,
Yeah. It's so bizarre,
yeah,
but really, really funny. It's probably the only episode that made me laugh out loud, to be honest.
But
Because it's just how left field it is.
Season 1's pretty solid. Season 2 and 3 are the best.
Perfect.
Yeah. Season 5 is
4
pretty good.
is-
Season 4 is.
Season 5, from up until Troy leaves,
Yeah.
is season 3 and 2 level good.
Yeah.
And after that, it's like season 1, I guess. And they set up a whole bunch of characters like, oh, this is a new gang.
Yeah.
And then season 6 rolls around and they're not there for no
no.
reason. Well, not. It's obviously like schedules. They
Yeah.
couldn't get them in. Or
Like
pay
they didn't
for them
have
or whatever.
Shirley because she was
Yeah.
doing other stuff.
And they don't have John Oliver because he was doing his show. They didn't have the guy from Better Call Saul because he was filming Better Call Saul.
Yeah. I still think they could do a good movie if they brought. I don't want to see it without Donald Glover
Donald
back.
Glover. Yep.
Back
He is
was-
he's my favorite character from it. He's the reason I watched this show.
Yeah. And I definitely felt like something was missing when he left, especially with Arbed.
Yeah, because it's Troy and Arbed. It's not Arbed and Annie.
No, it's not.
And I don't really like Annie's character.
I think Annie's alright. Like, I think the thing about Community is they acknowledge it in the last episode as well that their character writing is kind of shit. Like, they
Britta, they Britted Britta.
They completely changed it. Yeah, they completely changed the characters in like pretty much every episode.
Yeah,
it's more
to fit
just
the story.
Yeah,
I think the only consistent characters are Troy and Arbed because you could see like
their friendship. Goes on.
Yeah, and you can see Troy turn from like a jock to a nerd. It's like there is a path for him.
Yeah,
but for everyone else, Jeff doesn't change at all, really.
No, Jeff doesn't.
Especially at the start of season 5, he's just back to his old self.
Yeah,
he tricks them all into going back to Greendale.
But yeah,
I don't like the Gay Dean episode.
Which one was that?
Yeah. He comes out as a politician. It seems a bit insensitive. It doesn't sit right with me.
There is. I mean, they've taken an episode off. Netflix.
The first that's not their most offensive episode by far.
No, that was.
He's not even doing. It's when Chang does blackface. He's not doing blackface.
No,
he is got black makeup on because he's a dark elf.
Yeah, and I really like the Dungeon Dragon episde. It's one of my favorites.
The second one's better because it's got
Tobias in it.
But
I don't. Yeah, I mean, they got to do what they want to do, I guess. But and they make fun of it in a way.
Yeah,
like,
they've got Pierce in it, and he's like, his character is literally that he's racist.
I think they've done worse. They've done. There's
by far. Even in like episode 2, in the Spanish, where they do the Spanish thing, they're doing Mexican stereotypes. Yeah,
like, you know. Well, I don't think we should talk about this anymore. But yeah. Okay.
Community is it makes a lot of race jokes because it's because it's just showing what other TV shows are like. Because other TV shows do the same thing and they don't get called out.
The thing is, though, it makes these jokes, but then it also says that these jokes are bad.
Them.
Like,
it shows you that they know they're bad and they say they're bad because
Right.
But the show it's supposed to be about a bunch of terrible people.
And I don't think it's being cruel. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I can understand. I can understand how people being offended by some of the jokes. Though.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I think we need to finish this film section. I just want to talk about. I watched Hamilton. Technically not a film, but I'm counting it as a film.
It's on less of a.
I saw it live.
It's called Hammer Film.
I saw it live in England. Obviously with not the original cast, and I thought it was pretty good. It was like a 4 out of 5 if I was to rate it in like.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favourite one, but honestly, there's something about the cast, the original cast. It was great. It was all the songs are pretty much bangers, apart from maybe 1 or 2. That thing I said, I don't know if I said it to you, but I felt a bit weird when they were doing the rap battles bit.
Yeah.
That worked this time round for some reason.
Okay.
But
maybe it's because it's Lin-Manuel Miranda doing it.
But I don't want to attack anyone who really likes Hamilton fans, but he's kind of one of the weaker parts of it. He's good.
Yeah, but I think they acknowledge that but it's just he can't really sing, can he? He can't really rap either. But
it
he's the main
works.
character because he wrote it.
Yeah,
you know?
it works, and I think he does a good job. He's not terrible.
Yeah.
The acting part he's great at, and most of the songs he's pretty good at as well. But everybody around else who's in it is so good. Like
I expect David Diggs is amazing in it because he's great in
He plays
Blind
two
Spotting.
characters in it, and
Does
one
he?
of them is Raphael, who's a French guy,
Yeah.
and he's great as him. And then he plays what's his name? Something with a J, but one of the presidents, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, he plays two really good characters. I can't remember who plays Hercules Mulligan. He's great.
Isn't Jonathan Groff in it?
Jonathan Groff is really good.
He's in Frozen, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really good as the comedy part of the show. I mean, the show's really funny, like throughout.
Yeah.
But
Lin-Manuel Miranda is funny.
he's a funny guy, yeah. But Jonathan Groff, he plays King George, and he just comes in every now and then. And I don't know if you've heard any of the songs from King George.
No.
But basically, so obviously it's about America trying to be independent, and it keeps coming, kind of like it cuts back to England, and then Jonathan Groff is singing a love song called "You'll Be Back" to America, and
does he just like spit everywhere at one point?
Yeah, there's oh my god, like the spit just goes everywhere on the camera. It's nuts, but but there's bits where Jonathan Groff as King George is just there in America, and the characters kind of slightly acknowledge him a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's just laughing at how bad America's doing, and it's just like,
So he's like the little, he's like the audience. Or something.
And he does a slut drop on Hamilton at one point, and it's great. But yeah, Hamilton's a really good show, and the guy
does
who
look
plays,
like it's like the quintessential like theater kid.
Yeah.
Thing, isn't it?
And like I always thought it was like overhyped, but honestly, it meets the hype. Maybe even goes over. The guy
I know Matthew likes the music.
Yeah. It's such a shame that Disney they aren't doing free trials on there anymore.
Yeah, because they know people want both Frozen 2 and Hamilton.
Yeah.
But like you're lucky because you already have Disney.
Yeah, and Hamilton, I want to watch it again. It was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow. I mean, Blade Runner 2049 length.
Yeah, but it's really good, really good. I want to watch it again at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I need to either listen to the music or watch it. Probably watch it because I'm not good with musical stuff.
Watch it, I'd say. Some of the filming is a bit dodgy at parts, but it works. Yeah. It's like a 5 out of 5, I'd give it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about me for films. How about you?
We're gonna, last film I watched is Spirited Away. That's it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do film news this week because there's been none.
But yeah, what is there gonna be? Oh, no. New Mutants was delayed.
Delayed again. Oh yeah. That's just funny now. I feel bad for everyone involved in it, but
I don't even. Is it the director's debut film? Do you think?
I think so.
Oh boy.
So it's not a good look, is it? But
it's gonna be handed out in the street at some point. Like, so you just find
No, I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
Oh, I remember seeing posters for it when I watched the last Maze Runner film, which is years ago, and it was like this summer.
I mean, it's just funny at that point. I can't believe it's not coming.
It was meant to be a trilogy as well.
Yeah.
Of horror films.
And the fact that it was supposed to be released before even Disney got the rights, so they obviously probably would have planned sequels for it. And now it's like the first one even come out, and
you think it sets up a sequel? It did reshoots as well. It was filmed in like 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well.
That's our film news section.
That's our film news section. I was thinking, what music you been listening to at the moment?
Oh, a lot of the 1975.
Yeah. I haven't listened to any of them yet.
I've listened to 2 of their albums.
Yeah.
Their second one, which is called "I Like It When You Sleep Because You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It," which is a very long-winded kind of creepy name.
Yeah.
And It is an hour and 20 minutes long of music,
Wow, that's a long album.
which is not even their longest album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their most recent one is 22 songs long, an hour and a half.
Jeez.
Their second that album, the second album, is not great.
Is it not?
It's got a lot of bangers, but in context of the album, they're very underwhelming actually. Because I think of the way it's structured, they put all the bangers at the start, and they all sound kind of similar.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, it's got like a 3-song run of just instrumentals, and it's kind of boring because they all sound the same. And then it's got like the best songs on the album near the end, but they're like in between them. It's got the worst songs on the album.
Singles, would you say?
Listen to maybe 6 songs off of it.
Okay.
Out of 17.
Which is not. That's not great, is it? Really?
But I've also listened to their third album, A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships, and it is amazing. It's an amazing album.
Really?
I listened to it this morning.
Yeah.
For the fourth time in the past 2 weeks, and it's amazing. I love it so much because it's so much better structurally. It's an hour long still.
Yeah.
Which is long, but it does it well. It's got only 2 instrumentals in it, and one of them it's well done. The first, I like all of the songs on it apart from maybe one. It's like a 9 out of 10 album for me.
Jeez, wow, fair enough. I'll have to listen to it.
And I've been meaning to listen to the first one, and maybe
so
I'll
you've
listen
listened
to
them
most
in a weird
recent
order
one.
then, wow.
I listened to the third album first,
Yeah.
and then I listened to the second album
And then
like
going
last
to the
week.
first.
And I just can't get the strength to download another 20 songs by them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just so I can listen to an album.
Wow.
But yeah. They're a bit controversial as well. Matty Healy, he's very human, let's say. He makes a lot of mistakes.
Oh, okay.
He recently he tweeted the George Floyd thing, but he did it with a link to their song "Love It If We Made It" from the third album, and people were like, "Ooh,
maybe not promote your music at the same time."
But I see what his thought process is, because the song is about that, and it's a really good song about that.
Yeah.
And it's not even from their most recent album, so it's not like pushing for the thing, because it's not like he's promoting their new album that just came out.
Yeah.
I see his thought process behind it.
But
I also get the backlash, and he reacted to it really badly by just deleting all of his social media.
I mean, he could have just said sorry,
Yeah, because it's it's a understandable mistake.
Yeah.
But he was also a heroin addict, so he did a bunch of weird. I think he's probably done a bunch of weird things on stage as well. But that because he went to rehab, it's kind of translated into his music, and it's really interesting. They're a really interesting band. I don't exactly stand with them.
Okay.
But they are very interesting, and they make a lot of good music.
All right. I'll give them a listen, I think.
I would recommend their third album.
Third album,
and
okay.
If you just go to their greatest hits, you'll probably find out which songs are good from their albums.
I mean, I've just been listening to stuff of what you listen to. I haven't listened to anything new recently. But yeah, always a lot of Brockhampton. I've listened to all their albums recently.
Oh yeah, I went through a day where I just listened to all 5.
Yeah.
Back to back.
The thing, I didn't really listen to it just listen. I did it in the background,
I was trying to write, I think.
Yeah.
But I was just bopping to them the entire time.
Yeah. I think they're all pretty good albums. I don't know.
Saturation 3 is their best album by far.
Yeah.
It's the most cohesive one.
Iridescence I surprisingly liked a lot.
I love that album. It's tied favorite with Sat 3, even though it's definitely not as good.
It's weird. It's not the best album they've done, but I really like it for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. I really like the Wait. Wait is a really good song.
Yeah, Wait is a good song, and I don't know. I just like the production's really interesting. It's a nice break from the rest of their stuff.
Because it's all so noisy, and you know the place they were at when they made it.
Don't get me wrong. Saturation Trilogy I love, but I don't know. It's nice to have a little bit different.
I think the first two albums, the production isn't that great. It's not astounding.
I think they've done better stuff.
Yeah,
and there's definitely some bang, like a lot of bangers.
I feel like Sat 1 and Sat 2 are them defining the sound, and Sat 3 is them. It's all their talent.
Yeah,
it's like the peak of the Sat 3.
They're at their highest at that point.
Yeah, and they're a big team. They're all rapping together, and they meld together. It's just so good. And it's also the shortest album out of the three.
And I always like Bareface at the end of the Saturations.
Yeah. I miss that so much.
And what else was I listened to their singles as well, like 1990. Was it 1998 Truman or something? Is that it?
1998
Wildfire.
Diana. 1997 Diana.
And then Truman, and they're all pretty decent.
It goes Diana, Truman, Wildfire.
Yeah, I think I also like Iridescence a lot because that's when Joba starts rapping.
Oh yeah, because he's my favorite member.
Yeah, and when it from then on after that, it's just like it's just
Ginger. I was disappointed with Joba's parts.
Yeah,
even though every time he's on it, he's good. He's just underutilized for some reason. Same with Merlin.
I like Ginger. I think because it came out last summer and I had a really good time last summer.
Same. Yeah, so, I remember listening to it for the first time in the middle of the night.
By Tyler the Creator and Ginger very fondly from last year. But yeah, Ginger's got he's got a few mediocre songs in it.
I got a lot of nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
And I think Ginger, the title song, is a great song.
And I think that was also the first album where I was actually waiting for it to come out because I hopped onto Brockhampton after they released everything like Saturation and Iridescence. So this was the first one where I was like, I'm waiting for a new album now. And I was like,
I think experience. I got into them a week before I've Been Born Again came out.
Yeah.
Or so.
I remember I was not unimpressed, but I was like kind of underwhelmed by the first track they released. And then,
but like I've Been Born Again is a grower.
Yeah,
it's a really big grower, and it's actually my favorite. I think like after Ginger on the album.
Most of all their songs grow on me on every listen. Most of them.
Except for maybe the one where Merlin's screaming at the start, and it's a really somber. What's funny on Sat 2 right before the last one? Sunny or
I think it's Sunny.
Yeah. That's the only song I kind of dislike by them.
But even when I dislike a song, there's always like one member who gets a verse.
Yeah, there's always a part in it that you like.
Yeah. Let me look. What song is it? I'm really Saturation.
I'm pretty sure it's Sunny.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Sunny. Just before Sunny.
Yeah, but like it's the penultimate song, and the song before it would work so much better.
I do think Sat 2 kind of peaks near the beginning.
Yeah. Because they put all their bangers, and I think but Junkie is probably their most important song.
Yeah.
And I think it's near the middle. I think that's where it starts to go downhill in Sat 2. And then, of course, Summer takes it back because they always end on a high with their Bareface track.
Yeah. But yeah, Brockhampton. Do like and then what else have I haven't barely listened to anything else really. Just done those little daily mixes, release radar, stuff like that.
I want to get into Denzel Curry again.
I do as well because that's one I listened to. I listened to Taboo.
I want to listen to that. I've not listened to the entire thing through,
I've
but
not. Yeah, I've
most
not
of the
finished
songs.
it. I listened to the first few songs. I liked it.
Mm.
It wasn't what I was expecting for some reason. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
he's my favorite rapper, I think,
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah, he's what was it? Was it Unlocked? Was it Unlocked?
Unlocked
Kenny
is
Beats.
perfect in my eyes.
That was great for something that was made in like 24 hours. Was it?
It made it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Freestyled the entire
That was
thing.
great.
Amazing. And like it's like only 20 minutes or so, but it's perfect.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make a second one too.
Are they?
Episode 2.
Oh damn. Okay.
They've said it multiple times in. I've been watching a lot of interviews with Kenny Beats and Denzel, and they're like, we're gonna make another one, and it's gonna be animated again.
I mean, I'm up for that. Sounds great.
I'm for sure up for that.
I think.
And Zoo as well. He freestyled that in a week.
Oh, did he?
Entire album. It's like a proper album too.
Jeez. But yeah, he's I like his music. I don't know, music. I've been listening to a lot of older stuff that I haven't got time to listen to before. There's nothing new really that's come out.
I went through a thing where I got a list of albums to listen to, and then I listened to like one song off them. So it was like Charlie XCX, Caroline Polachek, The Japanese House, just a whole bunch of like recent 2019 albums that looked interesting, and I was like, I want to listen to these. I found a lot of bangers and like happy songs.
Yeah.
But I've not found an album apart from like the 1975 to actually listen to in a while.
Yeah, me neither. But there's not many other artists who are releasing anything at the moment, is there? Let's be honest.
Yeah, at the start of quarantine, I think a lot of people who were scheduled to release release, and a lot of people pushed it back.
I remember thinking that there was going to be a lot of good releases this year, and then it just hasn't happened, to be honest.
I think it's because like a whole bunch of them have pushed it back because of quarantine. Like Declan McKenna, his album should have been out by now, but it's in August now. That's coming out.
Wow.
And everybody was like, "Oh, Frank Ocean's gonna release an album."
No, he's sitting at home at the moment.
He's released about 2 songs, hasn't he?
He's been chilling, and then didn't he release a Spanish song? Am I right?
Yeah, that was one of those 2 songs, Dear April and Cayendo.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Spanish song, and Dear April is a lower tier song.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just been chilling at home, hasn't he? Really.
He's been chilling at home since 2016, hasn't he?
Pretty much, yeah.
After making one of the most overrated albums of last decade.
Yeah, I think
it's not a diss against Frank Ocean. Like Ivy, Pink and White, Self Control, and Nights.
He's got a lot of...
And White Ferrari are 5 perfect songs.
He's got really good songs in both Channel Orange and Blonde.
He's got the highest of highs. Like, if anybody wrote one of those songs, they would be considered one of the best songwriters ever.
As an album, I personally don't think it works as a one, like you can listen to this all in one go. Like, I know some people probably be like, well, you know, it's not even supposed to listen to it, which is fair enough, but
and I don't like the mood his albums create when you listen to them.
I know you. I don't know. It doesn't feel like consistent all the way through. It's almost too consistent.
Yeah, he's an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
And he's consistent, but like it's because it's experimental. I think.
Yeah.
And like he gives off this kind of fake deep vibe to me. Like his song Pink Matter is so fake deep. It's just not. It's like supposed to be like this big, like, oh, it really makes you think, but it's kind of just empty words to me. And then he makes a song like White Ferrari, which is it seems very deep to me.
Yeah.
So like,
I think just personally, I like albums where it's just bangers in a short amount of time. Like,
I think a
I can't do it
13-track album where it is well structured
Yeah.
and you can listen to the entire thing through without having like 2 or 3 duds makes it makes a good album.
Yeah. Oh, I
Having one bad
I,
song on an album is fine for
yeah.
me.
I also listen to a lot of Kanye West's old albums.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about this on camera.
Oh wait,
he's
hang,
got
that's a
a
question. That's
president.
a question. That's a question. We'll leave
Oh,
that for.
we'll leave that. We'll
Questions in
leave
like
that.
2 minutes because I'm almost done with this. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's got some. They're like little time capsules that remind me of when I was a kid, like when I was younger.
Yeah, he's another artist who I like. With Frank Ocean and Kanye West, I have the same kind of thought process where I can see exactly why people like them, but I don't. And with Frank Ocean, it's just because he's a bit too fake deep.
Yeah.
And with Kanye West, it's because he's kind of insane.
Yeah. But he has a lot of talent. You can tell.
Oh, he's like the best producer. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say he's the best rapper I've ever heard, but it works.
He's not. With his production, it's so him.
And
he makes his albums.
I know a lot of people like a lot of his more recent stuff, mainly with Jesus King.
Jesus King is
exception.
probably one of the most hated albums of last year.
And I don't think it should be hated as much as it has been.
It has potential,
There's some
but
good
it falls
stuff,
flat
but
because
it's not amazing.
I think it's just people don't like the path he's going down.
No, but yeah, I do feel like his older stuff, I kind of like it a bit more. I don't know, that type of time back then, it's very nostalgic.
Gone now. He was like a rock star.
Yeah. But yeah, that music's so different now. Which is fine. I don't mind. I like
the place where music's at the moment because a lot of new faces are coming up.
Yeah, and I always like hearing a new artist, especially when they bring something new.
One of my favorite things is just hunting for new music to listen
I love
to.
it when I find someone as well.
When you find someone with like 3 albums and they are all good and you can just listen to all of them, I just love binging 3 albums worth of songs.
I want to get to that point where I find a new artist and then everybody gets onto that artist like later on. I'm like, I heard them from the beginning, you know.
Like the most recent thing for me, like finding an artist I can binge, is the 1975.
Yeah.
Like because they've got such a wealth of music to listen to. It's like all their albums are over an hour long. So it's like, I've got music to listen to for 2 months.
That's a long time. But yeah, well, we've actually done a music section today. Well done. Pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
Do you want to quickly do book section? Because I've actually listened to some audiobooks after last time.
Oh, yeah, I've actually got something to talk about. Let me get my book.
Let's go. This is a long... Is it feel long? Let me check the recording. Oh, my back is so sweaty right now. Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up soon, but we can quickly do book section.
Gotta get these in. Okay, I'm reading a book. I am halfway through it.
Oh my god, Skullduggery Pleasant.
It's Skullduggery Pleasant.
Have you read it before?
I know. Yeah, this was one of my favorite books when I was like 9.
Yeah.
I know it says 9.5 on the back, but it's because I've tried to read a book for months at this point.
Yeah.
And I have got about 80 pages through and given up every single time. So I'm just like, I don't find it fun reading books anymore.
Yeah.
I've got to go back to basics. I've got to find something easy.
It's a really
and
nice,
fun.
easy read, isn't it? Like...
Yeah, it's a children's book. It's got to be easy to read.
Yeah.
But it's also it like gets your imagination going, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
And it's like a 16-book series at this point.
Are you gonna read through all of them?
I'll probably read like the first 5 books,
Have you
definitely.
got the World Book Day one as well?
Oh, well, yeah, I've got it because I've got the short story collection,
Yeah.
and it's in that.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I
So
used to like Skullduggery Pleasant a lot.
it
I
was
used to
like my
be.
favorite book
I
series
never finished
after.
it. I never finished it ever.
Mm.
But I got like 3 books in, but I really enjoyed it. A nice read.
I read up until the final book,
Yeah.
until like this new circulation of it's called Series 2.
Well, are they still
Um,
doing them?
yeah, he's still writing them.
Oh, nice.
He released, I think it's 4 books in this new series,
All right.
and I read one of them so far, and it was all right.
Mm.
He's brought in a lot of new characters. It's like, yeah.
I remember liking the characters in it. That's what I remember.
Oh, I think the characters are all very memorable,
Yeah.
and like the main character, Skullduggery Pleasant, is a talking skeleton. It's like you can see that in your mind.
Yeah. And what's
All his
the girl's
characters
name?
are
I can't remember what the girl's name is.
Valkyrie Kane.
Yeah.
Like all the names are so like interesting and weird. And then there's like Ghastly Bespoke, and he's just a guy with scars on his face.
I think I
And
also
then
have fond memories on it because it's not been made into a series like a
Oh, yeah.
teen.
It's not been
series.
It's not been ruined by Hollywood.
No, not yet. I don't
yet.
think it. I feel like it'll be too late for it to.
I think I do remember that the author complained about that a script was made and there was a part where Skullduggery Pleasant sang a Michael Jackson song.
Yikes.
He sang "Man in the Mirror" at a mirror
Why?
at one point. I get why, but yeah, I'm glad it wasn't made into a film.
Yeah, unlike
But, like-
Artemis Fowl, which I haven't watched yet, but I've heard
Most
is
recent-
terrible.
Amazing children's book series to be ruined by Hollywood. The most famous probably being Percy Jackson,
Which
which
they're
was
making
my
a
favorite.
series now.
It was my
hopefully.
favorite book series when I was little,
Yeah.
by far, and I am incredibly happy that the author is writing this series now,
Nice.
because it deserves a good adaptation.
Yeah, I'm the only thing I'm a bit concerned about. I know we've praised some child actors in this episode, but child acting I'm usually a bit iffy on. And I know that in the books they are basically kids pretty much, unlike the films. So I just want them to get the
it starts from
casting
them being
right.
12, doesn't it? Yeah,
They need the casting to be right.
they need to strike gold like Harry Potter did.
They do.
And they didn't do that with both.
I
Artemis
thought
Fowl, Percy
Logan
Jackson.
Lerman was alright in the
He's a good Percy Jackson, but he was
Yeah.
just way too old. He was like
way
16,
too old.
and he was meant to be 12.
Yeah.
He was 16 in the movie, but like 20 in real life, and he's meant to be
Weird.
12 in the books.
But
So
yeah,
it's
they
like,
just need to get some good people to be in it.
yeah.
And
I find it funny that the author disses the movies. There was like a tweet where somebody was like, I think on Disney Plus they've censored the casino scene. Rick Ryan, what's this about? Do you know what's happening? And he's like, oh, I wish they'd censor the entire film. Which is really funny because he hates them as much as we do, and he
Yeah.
can say that.
I can't lie. I still have a little bit of nostalgia for them, but
Oh yeah, they're funny. They're
terrible.
really funny. They're funny to watch. It's like Alvin and the Chipmunks and Terror Despereaux. It's
Yeah.
just funny to watch how bad they are.
Yeah. That one. I went to sleep at 3 last night, so big tired.
Two.
But yeah, I finally. Well, I say finally. I think the last episode I said I'd read a book, ish. But after what Piers said about audiobooks, I got like a month trial on Audible, and I listened to one of the Star Wars books.
All the way through?
Tarkin, almost all the way through. I've got 5 hours left.
You are doing better than me then, with reading wise.
It's pretty good. I think audiobooks are my way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's just. Oh, jeez. Just grabbed grabbed the viewer. All right. But yeah, it's pretty good. They're easy to listen to. the only thing which is quite funny is it's one guy doing all the voices, and
Oh, that's always funny
he's
to watch.
pretty good, but there's sometimes you're just like, oh, it's that character talking. But yeah, that was pretty good. And then I decided to I got, I don't know how, but I got 2 tokens for 2 free audiobooks on there.
Yeah.
I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I like all the
Okay.
old stuff. And I didn't realise that
I
David Tennant
Oh, yeah.
came back and did some audiobooks.
really.
Or audio dramas, not audiobooks.
Ooh.
And it's
It's
some
like,
of, like the old cast, and it's
Wait,
pretty
like
good.
they got the entire cast back.
Yeah, and they're all just playing their characters in that. And it's
that's
pretty
really
cool.
good.
And it's like just original stories with different like stuff in that. But yeah, it was like, I was like, it's quite nostalgic listening to. So I'm enjoying that at the moment. I've got an hour left of that. It's like a 3-in-1 box set. And they're all quite like short, like episode length. So they're all like 50 minutes. But yeah, they're pretty good.
I've been listening to, I was listening to the podcast series King Falls AM, which is like it's like a fantasy news radio show.
Oh, is it a bit like is it Nightville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, except not crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I was really enjoying it, but like I just haven't sat down and listened to it again.
Yeah, I remember I used to listen to podcasts all the time when I haven't listened to any recently. The only exception is
I've been listening to the Super Mega Cast. Like
whenever
I have a nap, I fall asleep to the Super Mega Cast.
I just like their channel. They just got a range of stuff.
They've got a good vibe. I like the way they seem.
It's very chilled out.
Nice people.
It's just, yeah.
Although yesterday I was listening to one of like episode 114. Well, I was like fast asleep. I could very faintly hear it in the background. I was like just about to drop off, and then they screamed as loud as they could, and I was jolted awake. It was so annoying.
Yeah, I always listen to podcasts when I go to bed, basically.
Yeah.
But I haven't listened to that's Super Mega's the only exception, but I've kind of just watched more of their YouTube at the moment than anything.
I've been listening. I prefer that. I like their podcasts over their Let's Plays.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch their Animal Crossing thing, but like that was a bit boring.
But I think Animal Crossing, I have to play it to enjoy the content.
I think it was boring. It wouldn't be boring if I didn't already have the game and have 240 hours.
And they've started from the beginning as well, haven't they? So it's but I enjoy some of that other stuff though.
I think they're just really funny.
Yeah.
I like their friendship and the way they just yell at each other occasionally.
Yeah.
And Ryan has a very funny laugh. Matt has a very funny scream. I think their the best way to get into them is just to watch compilations.
Yeah, I mean the way I got into them was when you showed me the
their Japan series.
And that was
their live action stuff is the best stuff they do.
Yeah.
And also, but they don't do much of it, and I get why.
I mean, they put a lot of effort into that as well, so that's...
Oh, their editing is amazing.
Yeah. We're talking about other podcasts now.
So we've had a movie section, a music section, book section, and a podcast YouTuber section.
Yeah.
We should do the questions.
Let's do questions and end it there, I think.
Yeah. How long has it been? An hour and a half?
Hour and a half, probably. So,
Jeez.
Probably finish this up. Let me get to the Twitter. Did we get anything on Instagram? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
I don't think we did.
Let me just double check.
When I checked, I didn't see anything.
No, we didn't. Okay, it's fine. We'll just do the Twitter. To be fair, we do like 2 hours. It's not very long to...
Oh yeah, you asked the Twitter people last night.
At 1:30.
And you asked 2 hours before we were going to film on Instagram.
Yeah, we're terrible.
And people don't actually read stories, do they?
No, not really.
They don't actually look at them.
It. Let's just do the questions then. So,
yep.
I guess this one's kind of one more for me. But a little goblin opinions on the Splash Mountain change.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Do you know what? It was based on
It's
Song
based.
of the South.
The racist movie theme park ride is being changed into and the Frog.
In the Frog, which I'm all for.
I'm all for
also
it too.
because of they should do that, even though
Princess and the Frog kind of needs a ride, doesn't it? It's a great. I've not watched it, but it looks like a great film.
It's a fun film, yeah. The original ride, I went there last year, Splash Mountain. One of my favourite rides there. But
it's really old, isn't it?
It's very old because it's based on a racist film. So
from like the 1950s.
Yeah. So going on the ride, the old version of the ride, it's not connected to the film as much, especially the racist part of it.
It would have been destroyed if it was racist.
There is some stereotypes in the characters, which I think is the main problem why they need to change it. And I'm happy that they changed it to Princess and the Frog, mainly because the newer rides that they've done in the Disney parks are really like amazing. Like the technology they've done on it now is really cool. And I think that the aesthetics of like going down a nice river in the night with the fireflies, that could look really cool as a ride. Yeah. Especially as a big water ride. So I'm all for it, basically. Sounds cool.
I've never been to Disneyland, and I really want to go to, like, even Disneyland Paris I want to go to. I just want to go to Disneyland. Because I love, like, Thor Park and Alton Towers.
And I don't know if it's just nostalgia for me, but they have a really different experience. Like, it's a kind of like an all-round, like, experience. Like, you got the nice music walking around and stuff, and the shows are really good.
Disney is a bad corporation, but they have some wholesome stuff.
I always say I'm more of a fan of the parks than the films, weirdly.
Well, it's meant to be like they make films, but they also have theme parks. It's like they're two big things, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm all for the thingy. Okay, this is from it's not Froglord anymore, is it? I'm gonna say Froglord for now because the name's not popping up, but
it's Natalie.
There we go. Okay, that's what they changed the name to. If you could work on any movie, what movie would it be? You can be an actor or crewman. Who or what would you do?
I would want to be a cinematographer for a movie, I think.
What movie?
I like... Well, a movie that's come out.
Well, I don't think that's the question, but I'm just interested. What movie do you
just like...
What type
of movie? An indie film.
Yeah.
An indie film. Because I just like cinematography, and I wish I was good at it.
I would want to be something like cinematography, or... I don't know if... maybe directing.
Yeah. Screenwriter is like the classic thing for me to say, but like, no, I don't think I would be a good screenwriter.
I want to be on the more creative side rather than business side. But for this question, I want to be a coffee person because I want to see if people who work in the industry are really nice or not. I want to hear the gossip,
Realistically, I'd be the coffee person. Yeah.
I want to.
Unrealistically,
I want to meet some people and see if they're like dicks.
Yeah.
But that's my.
I want to see. I want Christian Bale to yell at me.
I want him to yell at me in character, whatever character he's playing.
I want Daniel Day-Lewis to say that I drink his milkshake.
All right. From Matthew, what do you think about Kanye running for president?
Very, very funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It is a very funny thought because what the hell would he do if he won? It'd be like Donald Trump, except so much more bizarre.
Yeah.
Because at least Donald Trump is a businessman. Kanye West is a musician.
Yeah, but Kanye West is a businessman.
Yeah, but like, he's the same level as Donald Trump. Not a good businessman.
Late registration, that's fine.
I know. I figured it was a reference to a line.
That's me. I don't know why I thought I was whispering into the mic and you couldn't hear because it's a microphone and I'm going up close to it. Oh god. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's just
I
funny,
just
isn't
think
it?
it would be funny. What would he wear? What would Kim be like? He's not gonna win. That's
No,
for
he's
sure.
not. But
Especially not this year.
no. And a lot. I know some people are like, oh, but he might win because Donald Trump won. Yeah, but there's a lot of silly people in America who thought Donald Trump was going to be a good leader.
But
and it's...
Kanye West has his race going against him
And
because
as we know from America,
I
you
think
know?
the reason people voted for Trump is because they are racist,
yeah. And
which is
yeah.
yeah.
But if it
It's
did
getting into
happen,
politics, isn't it?
what would he be a good president?
No. He could be worse than Trump if he was president. I think
You reckon?
he has the potential to be worse than Trump if he was president.
It would just be very funny, wouldn't it? But
It's a funny thought. I hope it never happens.
the things he would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of questions. And I
At the
think
end of the
end of
episode?
the episodes. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. We'll
Thank you,
upload
everyone.
at some point.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.